I'm Nathan Boning. Here are your scores. Titans beat the Steelers 26-23. Redskins defeat the Vikings 38-26. Browns beat the Bengals 34-24. Buccaneers defeat the Chiefs 38-10. Number 1 Alabama beat Missouri 42-10. Number 9 LSU defeated number 3 South Carolina 23-21. Now back to Sports Unplugged with Leon Rogers.
Thank you from the good doctor, Nate Boney. He'll be giving you your scores and updates from over the weekend for the extent of the show. Welcome back, Sports Unplugged. We were talking NFL, talking Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. I guess I got my swagger back, you know.
Yeah.
You had it like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Let's talk about somebody else who quietly let the NFL know, don't count us out. I know you saw the debacle in Dallas and you thought we were done.
Right.
But the NFC East is still ours until we say it's not. The New York Giants and Eli Manning, listen, not only did they beat the 49ers, they smacked them in the mouth. They played the same type of ball they played defensively. They harassed Alex Smith into throwing 3 interceptions. Antrell Rose probably going to the Pro Bowl off that game because he had a couple of good pops and 2 picks. They shut down Vernon Davis. We had a Randy Moss sighting, which they had to go to him because everybody else was covered. Manningham had a few catches, but other than that, the San Francisco offense just looked out of sync, terrible, and part of that was because the New York Giants defense was applying pressure with that front 4. Jason Pierre-Paul had 2 sacks. Osi Umenyiora had a sack, like Matthias Kiwanuka had sacks. So let's talk about this Giants team in the NFC East. You know, first Philly was doing their thing. They were winning, you know, minus all of the turnovers. But we see where that ship is going right now. RG3 and the Redskins look like a surprise of that division, and I just can't figure the Cowboys out. You have a game won, and you let the clock run out and force your kicker to try to make a 51-yard field goal away from home.
Well, let's talk about the Giants first. They're a good team. Over the past few years,
and they're the defending champion.
First of all, they're defending champion, but they're a good team. And over the last few years, let's be honest, they've been as confusing as Dallas and as Philly has been, you know, over a while. You know, the only consistent team in the NFC East is the Redskins because they always just sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only consistent thing you got out of the NFC East. With Dallas, with Philly, with the Giants, it was consistently just chaos. You didn't know what you were getting. And the thing is that at the end of the day, the Giants are always there.
Yes.
The Giants were always there. You can call, you know, 2 years ago, Eli wasn't even a top 100 player.
Now he's one of the more elite quarterbacks
exactly.
in the league.
So, you know, when you watch this team play, when I watched that game yesterday, what I saw, because I was scared, because fantasy-wise, I had a Matt Bradshaw going. I'm like, I don't know if I want a Matt Bradshaw going
against this strong San Francisco running defense.
But you watch the game, they said we're going to run the ball regardless of not if it's working or not, because we need to keep you guys honest. And that's exactly what they did.
You know, when I look at Tom Coughlin and Jim Harbaugh, Tom Harbaugh will beat Tom Coughlin when he gets that old. That same type of mentality. Jim Harbaugh is going to be the grumpy old man.
Yeah.
That gets fired up when somebody puts their helmet in somebody's chest. And I think Tom Coughlin is that way. And I think quietly it bleeds down into your team. San Francisco didn't have that fire. Even Jim on the sidelines, he looked defeated. Yeah. Like, you know, watching him, you know, Kaepernick came in, got a nice pass off.
It was just the 49ers offense, as I've said before, they don't do well coming from behind. They're good at you know, taking the lead and holding the lead. No, because their
defense gave up a lot of work.
What I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. With that offense is predicated on their defense being stout.
If their defense have a bad game,
it's a wrap because they can't come back. Their game is get a lead
and ground and pound.
Run the ball with Frank Gore and
Kendall Hunter
and Alex Smith dink and dunk and, you know, move the ball up the field. Because I'm not gonna lie, before the 3 picks, Alex Smith didn't look that bad.
Right.
Alex Smith looked pretty good yesterday until it all fell apart for him. So you know, when I watch this team, it is like that Ravens team. If somebody scored on that Ravens team back in 03, 02 when they won the Super Bowl, it was a wrap because Trent Dilfer was not going to bring you back.
Do you think this shows a chink in the armor for the 49ers, or are they still one of the top dominant teams?
They're still one of the top dominant teams in the league because not many teams will be able to do what they did.
Now, let me ask you a question. They got a big game coming up next week. We're going to talk about it later when we get in our picks, but they got Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Is San Francisco the clear-cut winner of this division?
Yes, they still are.
So you don't believe in Seattle? Number one defense in the NFL.
No. I'm not saying I don't believe in Seattle. I think that San Francisco is the most complete team in that division, and I feel like Arizona, even Seattle. I think that
I get it.
I think that Arizona's. I think that San Francisco's defense, those offenses in the NFC West ain't the Giants, and they're not the Green Bay Packers. They're none of that.
Okay,
it's not going to happen.
But based off what you just said, if San Francisco is going to be going up against the number one defense statistically in the NFL. They don't have a shot? I mean, I get it as any given Sunday, but by your definition, you said, hey, if the defense has an off game, that offense is not going to pull them out the fire.
Right.
Where they're going up against the number one defense in the NFL next week.
Right.
So if the defense is a little off, Russell Wilson has shown that he can extend plays and make big plays. They're not taking it. There are no kid gloves with this guy. They're not dinking and dunking. He's taking his shots downfield.
No, I understand that.
So what I'm saying is they get up 14. It's 14. The score's like 14-3, 14-10.
Right.
Can Alex Smith move the ball against that Seahawks defense?
Yeah, I think he can. Well, no. Well, you said if they're down?
If they're down.
I don't think Alex Smith can move anybody when he's down. Alex Smith needs to lead.
He needs to lead.
He needs to lead bad.
Can Kaepernick do it?
No. I haven't seen enough out of Kaepernick or Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. I'm sorry.
To let me know. I mean, I'd have to see him play. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him throw a few balls here and there. The boy got a rocket. I can tell you that. That boy, as skinny as he is, he can whip that bad boy around. But
he got wheels.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't really know what he can do. You know.
I'm just looking at it now like. Where does San Francisco mind state go? I mean, you lost to the Giants, which is a good team, but you come right back and play a Seattle Seahawks team that believes they can beat anybody. And even though maybe physically they don't match up with everybody, they have a coach. They believe that they can beat anybody, and going in, and they're really getting behind.
I mean,
Russell
basically,
Wilson
you're fighting for the fact that can they win? Yes, they can win, and I just believe. Can they win? Yes, but I believe that the 49ers are still going to win this division quite handily. That's how I look at it. Even though everyone's pretty much close in the records, I think that the 49ers are still ahead above everybody else in that division. Let's go back to the NFC.
Head and shoulders, or
just head. Just head. Not the shoulders.
That's usually what I like to.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
No problem. Let's stay with the NFC East. We got the Eagles in Detroit.
A jambalaya of confusion.
Just a mess.
Listen, I hate to say this because I think he's a great coach, and I think he's put out some great
teams.
But Andy Reid's gone after this
year. I think so too. And I was the one at the beginning of the season said, nah, he's all right.
Andy Reid's gone this year.
This team is just too up and down, man. And
it's not all his fault. Some of it is coaching, though, but at the end of the day, it's not all his fault.
It's not all his fault, but it's just like, come on, man. You know, that's all you want. This team has so much talent on it. Macklin, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy.
Who, by the way, since he's got his contract, is not playing.
Not at all. No, not at all. And then the defense you have big names on defense. It's like, come on, man. Just get this thing together.
This front four that they talked about before, Babin and those guys who were getting after the quarterback, it's not happening now. And albeit that it's only a one-game lead for the New York Giants.
It feels like so much more because when you watch the Eagles play, it's like
they're terrible.
I have not seen them play a good game yet. They've won 3 games. They're 3-2, or 3 and what are they?
They're 4-2.
They're 4-2.
The Eagles are 3-3. Redskins 3-3. Okay, so Dallas is 2-3.
Yeah, so the 3 wins that they've had, I think only one of them you felt okay, that was a good win. All the rest of them have just been Michael Vick has just done enough not to screw up everything.
And the crazy thing about it is everybody still has a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Even Dallas had 2 and 3.
Yeah.
They still have a shot.
Everybody has a shot. Everybody in the division. Going to Dallas. Now you go and talk about Dallas against the Ravens yesterday.
Yeah.
That was just a mess.
Yeah.
Des Bryant, the amazing thing about Des Bryant is he can have amazing games. That boy can play some amazing games, but in that same game, have amazing games, makes him the most boneheaded plays.
And that's what
cost them the game.
I don't like the fact that he put it on the refs on a 2-point conversion that he dropped.
Yo!
You just ran the same play and caught that ball.
It went through your hands. Ain't nothing you can say about that. The refs,
and Romo put it on the money.
The refs are usually going to leave that alone.
Now, what I do have a problem with Dallas, poor execution down the stretch. You can't. They had
That's your head coach.
Yeah, it is.
That's your head coach.
But it falls on your quarterback too, though. Come on, guy.
Did you not see when Miles Austin and the boy were like jogging back?
Right.
Why were they running that deep anyways?
Right.
On something like
and
that.
Dez Bryant was arguing with the refs, like, get back in the huddle.
You saw Romo saying, "Let's get back in the huddle," and no one was moving. So it's like I got to burn one now. Yeah. So, I mean, I wouldn't put on. I saw Miles Austin walking back. I saw the other, was it Ogletree?
I'm not putting the whole game on Romo.
No,
as the leader on the field,
at the end of the game,
you got to get in those guys' asses and be like, "Yo, hustle back, let's go."
Yeah, he did lead them back. So I'm not going to be mad at that when it comes to that. But it's just.
But the New York Giants are letting everybody know they're going to hang around. But here's the thing, though: they're 0-2 in the division.
Yeah, it's funny, ain't it?
That's funny. They're 0-2 in the division.
Yeah.
And Dallas is 1-0 in the division, and them and the Eagles have the best record in the division so far. But let's see how the Redskins do when they start playing their NFC East counterparts. When we come back on Sports Unplugged, Med,
rookie quarterbacks.
Let's see how this class matches up with some others. It's Big Mad, your boy, the Destin legend Leon Rogers, the good doctor Nate Bonin, Sports Unplugged.
Don't miss this jet. Don't miss this jet.